You shout at me that he was talking too. Well, I didn't catch him, I say. I caught you. And I know how you'll respond before you do. Watch your lips prepare to form the words, gasping air and out it bursts. But that's not fair. Yeah, well, life isn't fair. When your destiny is determined by how much your parents can spare, by an accident of birth. But they tell you it's down to how hard you can work, how fast you can learn, how much you're worth and what you deserve. Life isn't fair. But that's just a fact. Gender pay gap, 0 hours contracts, the young trapped by disproportionate tax, and in the pandemic, while the public struggled, the artists sacked, the bar staff made redundant, students locked in rooms the size of cupboards, the fortunes of the richest 10 men doubled. Life isn't fair, but no one really cares that they're more likely to be homeless than be a millionaire, that they're faring at the mercy of this economy's priorities, that men who fix machines earn more than women who fix bodies, and the Deliveroo cyclist, risking his life with Saturday nights spent racing through red lights, is crying, look at me, look at what you've made me do, look at what you've brought me to. Life isn't fair, when how long you live it is a lottery. Some get 80 years and others get weeks. Some have no home and others own streets. And the landlords will evict you if you don't keep paying for your flat with no hot water and a roof that lets the rain in. Meanwhile, second homes stand empty, driving up the prices. But when you ask them why there's no more homes, they blame it on the migrants. And the cabinet's on drugs, and the Prime Minister's a racist. Headlines blare another outrage that the Tories get away with, because it's one rule for us and another for them. And we're fined for flouting laws that they don't follow themselves. And they're telling us to level up, and they're selling off the NHS. And in the cold, the costs are rising, the wages worth less and less. And any attempt to address this blatant illogicality is decried as political correctness gone mad, as token snowflake wokery in this broken democracy. And still they have the audacity to claim that we're all in the same boat, we're all in this together, so keep calm and carry on shivering in the pissing British weather while they're moving the goalposts to widen the gap, rewriting the rules and redrawing the map. And it's about time you realise that. There is no magic to banish the wrongs or reward the right. No Father Christmas who gives gifts to only the nice. That's why you used to read of mice and men in year 9. Because you had to learn that the real life Lennies die. That some people commit crimes and other people save lives, and that blame is not a binary. You had to learn to weigh up and challenge and question. But no rich man wants the working classes learning that lesson, so they swapped it for good old British literature to bury you beneath the fence of segregation so painfully subtle. You don't know the grass is greener when you can't see above it. You can't question what you've got without the tax returns of others. So yes, life isn't fair. But I'm not telling you not to complain of it. I'm telling you so that yours can be the generation that changes it. The age that learns to love what is fair and free and just, prepares to pay the price of reason and knows the value of enough. But we'll talk about this more in your detention over lunch.